y'all. Welcome to Cruise for Dinner. I'm Patton.
I'm Jason. Patton, what is for dinner?
We're going to have some wild boar bacon wrapped ghost pepper.
Can you say that 5 times fast?
Wild boar bacon wrapped ghost pepper. Wild boar bacon wrapped ghost pepper. Wild boar bacon Nope. I can't.
So
I tried.
You did better than I would have.
I tried so hard.
Our family thing for years, we would do the ghost pepper cream cheese thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But my sister, who made them, would scrape off all the seeds from all the ghost peppers or jalapenos or whatever and put them in one. And then we did Russian roulette. All the family members would take one. One person would get spiced out.
Spiced out?
Yeah. What's funny is they always try to pin it on me. But I'm like, I knew it. And I'm like, yeah. I'm not going to sweat, man. I'm going to sit here, eat the whole thing, and act like I'm cool. Like, even though I'm like on the inside.
Dying. I bet you that butthole burned.
Okay, hey, we got a guest tonight. We
do. Sorry. Pardon me.
Okay, so our guest tonight is Tom Carr, the ghost hunter.
Ghost hunter.
Yep. I have been doing it for, let's see, I started ghost hunting at 16, and I just turned 53.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's a long time.
30 some odd years of ghost hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So I'm curious, I mean, we can get into some of the specifics, but I have some questions about ghosts.
Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other.
And then they die, and then
no.
And then you got
what's your question, Jason? Go ahead.
Well, so in general, like, you would consider yourself a religious person.
I am a religious person, yes.
And I am also. And it seems to me that ghosts have gotten a bad rap over the years, that I don't think it's what people think that they are. And I'm just curious, like, push comes to shove, what would you classify a ghost as?
So I think the best way to describe that is that every religion has some sort of concept of purgatory, a place that we're going to go to before judgment, before the end days. Almost every religion in the world has that. Yeah. From Mormonism, which I'm LDS, I'm a Mormon. Catholics, the 7 days or 7 years, or whatever purgatory may be. I believe that there are some spirits that are here on Earth that just don't know they've died.
Yeah.
That they're continue on with their everyday routine, which I think would be completely frustrating to me. But, you know,
yeah. So
I'm dead and I'm still going to work every day.
Yeah, you're looping in that thing. I'm stuck in this house. Where's the backyard? It's almost like a Beetlejuice situation.
Kind of a Beetlejuice thing, yeah. And then there are, I believe, visitations. Where spirits come and visit family members or come at certain times of, critical points of life. And then there is the and I mean this, very, very small percentage that we would consider demonic or evil. In the 34 years that I've been doing this, however long it's been, I've encountered demonic experiences 4 times. And that's it. So It's really, really rare.
Are we hearing a ghost right now?
No. It's probably my wife walking upstairs. Is that kind of loud?
It creeped me out just a little bit. You started saying demonic, and all of a sudden we hear.
You know what? So we do have a ghost that has followed us around. His name is Matt. He picked me. He literally picked me up. I did a ghost hunt out at the Wendover Air Force Base. Which many people don't know this, but it's where they tested and built the bombs they dropped on Hiroshima.
Oh, wow.
So it's just past Utah, right on the border of Utah and Nevada. We were in their cafeteria area. The base is closed. We were the very first paranormal team to ever get to investigate this location. And we were in this area, and there was a boxing ring in the area. And on the boxing ring, there was a Pepsi, like a cup that said Pepsi on it, and a couple other items. And we were trying to get whatever was there to move the Pepsi cup, just knock it over. And we started doing some derogatory things that probably weren't the best things in the world. And I literally said, even a faggot can knock me on the floor.
Oh!
And I felt a hand hit my chest and a military swoop and threw me flat on the ground.
Stop,
Both my feet were solidly planted on the ground and lifted up. And I joked there was 3 skid marks that night, the 2 on the floor and 1 in my shorts.
No way!
Yeah, laying me flat on the ground. And I'm surrounded by like 10, 15 other ghost hunters. And they're all just dead silent because they just thought, oh God,
You
Tom
shit
fell
yourself.
again. No, Tom just fell again. And all of a sudden someone was like, Tom, are you okay? And I'm like, that was awesome.
Oh,
and
no.
I stood up and I realized what happened.
Wow.
So with all the years that I've been doing this, I've become very desensitized by a lot of stuff. It takes a lot to freak me out. My running joke is, if you ever see me running out of a building, or you see a short, fat, bald guy running out of a building, you should probably follow me.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot to freak me out.
Yeah.
Well, it would take a lot less to freak me out.
So I did write a book. It's called Talking to Yourself in the Dark: A How-To Guide to the Paranormal, and it's a simple guide to how to get started into the ghost hunting. But that's what it is. It's literally talking to yourself in the dark. You're walking around, and hopefully you can capture something. Let's see if this works. I'm going to play an EVP. This is like my favorite EVP. You actually hear a little girl say, "Are you angry?"
Oh.
So let's see if you can hear this. Tell me if you can hear this.
I swear to God, it's felt like I'm just tugging my shirt. I feel like I'm just tugging my shirt. Did someone want to let me know they were here? Tug on my shirt again. Hey, I got a cold chill.
I don't know. Did you hear that one okay or not?
Yeah, a little bit. A little
Just a little
bit.
bit.
Yeah, I heard the female voice.
Yep. Let's see. I'm going to play you literally the best EVP I have ever captured.
Can ghosts
You're gonna
come
hear-
through your EVP and get me now?
No. You actually hear me say, look out, there's a bunch of women in the room with us. I'm the only guy in the room. And you're going to hear a voice say, I can't see.
Chair there. Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh!
I'll play it
Ooh, my neck.
Yeah, I'm going to play it one more time.
Yes.
Chair there. Oh, hey.
Wow.
Oh, I can't. He sounds like he's got an accent, does he not?
He's got an accent. Exactly, yeah. And very rarely do you ever actually hear those when you're there.
Yeah.
You used an audio recorder, a digital recorder. You asked your questions. You wander through. You go home, and you spend hours listening to the audio, hoping you capture something like that.
Right. Oh.
So
Yeah, years ago, I used to listen to Art Bell. I'm a huge
I
Art Bell.
love Art Bell. Yeah.
Yeah, he was my favorite. And even now, I go back and listen to programs 30 years old because they're just as entertaining today as they were then.
Yeah.
But there's one where this was like the early days of the EVP stuff, like, mid 90s. And there's a episode where he was highlighting EVPs and you hear a little girl's voice say, help me find my dad. And I remember that from being, this was 30 years ago almost. And it still gives me the chills, that there's this like little kid who's passed who can't find his dad.
Yeah.
So EVPs have actually been captured since even the early days. What kind of got me into ghost hunting, or what got me into EVPs, is I read a book called Phone Calls from the Dead. And it was literally about a professor and a scientist that got together, and they interviewed people that received messages from loved ones that had died. They had stories in there of a mom who received a telegram from her son who died in the Civil War. And so they gathered all this information. And in one of the chapters, it talks about how you could record ghost voice. And they used an old digital reel-to-reel recorder. So we decided, I was 17 at the time, we went out and bought a reel-to-reel tape recorder and decided to go out ghost hunting with it. First time, no idea what we were doing. And we were asking questions, and we were in a cemetery, and there was 3 of us there, my buddy Bill, me, and Eric. And Eric was the bigger guy, so he was carrying this big recorder. And I don't know what brought the conversation up, but somebody had mentioned, that there was a funeral tomorrow, that someone was they were still using the cemetery. And within a few minutes, we heard this horrible noise. I'm like, what was that? What was that? Bill? Eric? We're looking around. We can't see Eric. Eric had stepped into the open grave.
Oh,
and
no.
fallen with the recorder. So we go walking over to the grave, and I'm shining my big mag flashlight on it. I'm like, dude, are you okay? We said dude a lot. It was the 80s. So
Yeah.
Wait.
And I'm like, dude, are you okay? He's like, get me the F out of here. I'm like, no. Ask some questions first, because you're like really close to him.
Oh, no.
So we made him ask some questions, and he said, fine. Is there anybody here? And that's what our very first EVP said, get out, you don't belong here.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
That is so cool.
I was hooked from that moment on.
Yeah. I love
that-
going to graveyards, old graveyards. It's like one of my favorite things, especially during spooky season. But any time, really, it's like going to old graveyards and just creeping yourself out. I've had some ghost experience when we were little. Me and my sisters, we had a closet that the door would shake at nighttime, and we would literally wake up screaming. We had to put a lock on it because it would tap, and we moved out of that house. But that's why I get creeped out so easy.
I also dig the history behind it. I love to, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, I'd like you to check out our museum or check out this old building, I will spend days and days before we go diving through the history of that building. Did somebody die?
Yeah.
Any of the ghost stories, just so we can compare what we capture to what actual history there is. So if
of all the TV celebrity ghost hunters out there, what are some of the ones that you find either like authentic, real, or possibly the most entertaining?
Right.
The best one that was ever out there was a show called Paranormal Cops, and it involved a bunch of guys that were out of Chicago. They were actual Chicago detectives and police officers.
Yeah.
Not allowed to lie, really.
They did a really, really good job. Typically, when I watch the ghost shows, I throw things at the TV and start screaming and yelling, because I've never been on a ghost hunt and had creepy music playing in the background.
Right.
and Zach Baggins drives me up the wall.
Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I want to know what we call him. We call him Zach Baggins.
Yeah. The problem I have with most of the TV shows is they're there to be entertained.
Yeah.
And that's the point behind it.
The one show that I love, I watched them all. And like Ghost Brothers was good, Ghost in the Hood was good. The Ghost Hunters, the original, that was good.
Yeah, Taps. So I knew most of those guys throughout the years of doing this. You all interact. So
So the one show that I loved, and it wasn't just Ghost, but they touched on it occasionally, was Destination Truth with what's his face? God, what is his name?
I can't. So I actually took him on a ghost hunt.
Are you serious?
Jason.
Yeah.
I got a fanboy now.
Listen, I love that guy. I think he is fantastic. He's funny. He's entertaining. And
he's the guy that used to be. He used to be in the FBI. I think that's the one.
No, you're thinking someone else. You're thinking the guy from. I know who you're talking about. I'm talking about.
The Destination Truth. I know. Yeah. No. So the other guy, the guy that used to be in the FBI, I took him to a place in Utah called the Baron Woolen Mill, which is like my all-time favorite haunted locations in the world. And now, mind you, I spent the night in Alcatraz. The Baron Woolen Mill was probably the most active haunted place I've ever been.
Oh, I want to go on a ghost hunt so bad.
If you want to check out some information on the Baron Woolen Mill, I was actually on a show called My Ghost Stories, season 4, episode 1. I'm on there.
Cool.
And you can. It's on Amazon now. I'll tell you exactly.
So the name I was thinking, I just looked it up. It's Josh Cates.
Josh Cates, yeah, that's who I took. Yeah.
Okay, I love Josh Cates. I think Josh Cates is fantastic.
Yeah. He was really, really the type of guy who wanted to know why things were happening, and that's how I am. Something happens.
If I could have anybody on like if I was going to fanboy over any, and I don't fanboy over anybody, Josh Gates would be one of them. I just think he's cool. I like him. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah. So Amazon Prime. It's check out on Amazon Prime. It's My Ghost Story, and it is.
Yeah.
I want to say season 4.
Okay.
This is awesome. You have been around, sir.
Yeah, it was. I think it's season 4. It's either season. I'll put it in chat.
There you go.
I'll put a link in and share that in the chat.
So we're going to post this everywhere. It usually posts everywhere, but X is what we're primarily on. That's where most of our people listen and watch. So in the comments, if you want to drop 2 or 3 of your best stuff, and then people can go through and watch that, I think that would be great. And then
That'd be great.
Any contact information for you that you want to put out there, you can do that now, or you could drop it in the comments later. But if people want to get a hold of you, if they have questions, or if they want to invite you out to do something, how would they do that?
Yeah. Best way, direct message, contact me. I am in Missouri now. I was in Utah for a long, long time. I'm now in Missouri. There's a couple places out here that I want to check out, and I've done a couple already. So I've got some new stuff that I'm going to be sharing at a convention that I'm going to be at down in Dallas, Texas on September. September 20th to the 22nd. It's called Pecan. And I'll be a guest there. Pecan, it's at the Hilton Airport Hotel. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've got some new stuff I'm going to share with that. And I'll drop some of my EVPs on the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be really cool.
We're going to come back and do another show with you guys. Maybe we can do a longer one and dive into some Halloween stuff.
I think what we should do a Halloween special where we could have an extended show maybe with you, and then just kind of go through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, fun. And I am doing a ghost hunt with Keith Malinak just at the mic, so I get to do that with him, and I'm pretty sure we're going to broadcast that live on X.
That's so cool. I want to go.
And you don't have to give us away. Yeah, I do too. You don't have to give it away, but do you have a location picked out?
You already got the location picked out. I've already done the history. It's pretty cool. It's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm not going to say it because we just don't want 5 million people showing up the night we're doing it. Yeah. But I'm pretty excited. It should be a blast.
Just DM us the details, and Pat and I will show up too. We'll be banging on walls. We'll be hitting the floor.
We're going to be the sneaky little critters in the walls.
Go home. They don't want you here.
Go away, Keith.
But don't scare me too bad, because I am typically armed when I ghost hunting, and I'm a damn good shot.
Stay strapped. Stay strapped.
Stay strapped or die, baby.
That's right.
Okay, so listen, that's a full show. We're like at 15-20 minutes here.
I was having so much fun. You were wonderful.
I know. Listen, this is great. It was a crapshoot. We never know what we're going to get. So this was a lot of fun.
You could have been somebody who didn't know shit about ghosts, and you just wanted to come on the show and talk about, whatever. But you are amazing.
I did. Like I said, I did 8 years, a podcast for 8 years. I've been on many national radio shows. I've done 3 national shows, news, radio. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so we'll float it out there, but we're talking maybe the last week of October, something like that.
Sure. And just let me know.
We'll do a month. My dog.
Yeah, I kept mine upstairs. I bring her out in the garage with me because she likes to hang out here with me, but sometimes she just can't not bark. So
she probably saw a ghost.
She probably did. Our house is, dude. Our house might be worth hunting. Our house.
Where are you guys at?
60. I'm in Ohio. She's in Alabama.
Oh.
But our house, we just bought it 2 weeks ago. It was built in like 1860 or something like that. So I'm sure that there's stuff going on.
Well, Ohio is really not that far from me.
Yeah. We'll plan a trip. We'll plan a trip.
We'll come out and investigate your house. We'll do a live show from there.
Cool.
That would be cool. Well, seriously, we just 2 weeks ago, we just moved here. So give me like 6 months, and then maybe in the spring.
Yeah.
We need to go.
And there are some things that you can do to kind of help slow down or stop the activity.
I've not experienced anything, and honestly, I have never experienced anything ever. I believe in it. My wife has experienced a crap ton of stuff. It's just I haven't, and I believe her. I think it's true. But I mean, my personal thought. I mean, I'll share my personal thoughts. I'll save my personal thoughts.
Yes, save them. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we've got to get this wrapped up, though.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
It was good talking to you guys.
how do people find you on X?
Yeah.
T Carr P is my handle. I'm trying to get up to 500 followers so I can actually make a couple of pennies on X. And I will be doing a podcast here starting next week. So
I'll definitely boost you up. I'll share your profile and let everybody know. Hopefully, everybody who listens to our show, you'll get some new followers today.
That would be awesome, yeah, because we're gonna actually talk about the Baron Woolen Mill. I've got some people that have done some investigations there. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. So
yeah, I want to stay in touch.
Here's the challenge for the Critters crew. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's get Tom to 1,000 followers in 5 days.
Oh,
That
I
would
think
be
we
awesome.
can do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
and starting September 1st, I will be doing my 61 Days of Horror. Well, I will be doing a short review of horror movies for 61 days.
I'm going to be there. I love horror movies.
I got to
do.
get you in touch with the lady named Michelle. She's in another group that I'm in on X, and she loves all that stuff too.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're going to get you hooked up with people.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
Thank you. Pat, say goodnight.
Thanks. Bye, y'all. Tell your mama and them.
Thanks, Tom.
Bye.
Bye.